No. Now everything's working fine. It was now the.
We have 5 minutes to rejoin.
But it was already that so many. So I read that thing. Actually, we joined it, but we can't able to find the start broadcast button.
Okay. There's a reason.
One thing
Thank you.
Hast du das auf 4:3?
rather than sending this link, we should send them a dummy link which you can mark up just 5 minutes before. But now, what to do?
Did you already start the another one?
Yeah, when it started, it was going good.
Can you send me that link?
But then how? I can send you it.
Gut, okay. Und das eingerichtet, jetzt kommt das Festhalten.
It is also called Robex Presentation.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Wait. No, How did you guys know that?
Robex Presentation.
If you search in the Google.
Yeah, and this is
And if they will all see the
to who was
I think some Robex scientist. I should say they. How? Like you just search Robex Presentation?
Yeah,
And
this is one.
but then definitely that one is lost.
The only thing we can do is
Send them like people who will come. We can add something.
you can add a comment on the description.
Yeah. Okay.
It's working?
No, it's not working, but we find a way. We will put on the comment section that please click on this link.
Yeah, it's not the best, but
It's not the best, but it is wait. Okay.
Better than nothing.
Huh?
Better than nothing.
Yeah, better than nothing. Okay. Just put in the comment. Can you make it comment with the new thing? I will send you the new link.
Maybe you make it because you are the. I mean, if I make it, it will be just like a comment, but you put it here in the description.
Yeah.
I mean, the description of the.
Old video.
Yeah.
I can it.
Oh.
Okay, not just
Yeah,
the
we're done.
description.
Vill du läsa mer? Du kommer inte gå iväg och tänka annars.
The new one.
What should I please for the please
Please follow the, please click on the following link
for the live presentation.
for the.
You need to give them some kind of reason or due to something.
Because we are stupid. Link is better than the rest.
Please click on it.
For the lives. I will ask some friends if they know how to.
And due to some disclaimer, due to some alert, we can say due to some.
Oh, yes. In der AFK im Speicher 3.13.06. Nee, dritte Etage. In Segment 13. Genau. Und
Does anyone know of you how the printer
im
set
Speicher ist es so, das Erdgeschoss ist die 1.
Because I have a PDF and it prints just like this.
Erster Stock ist die 2, zweiter Stock ist die 3. Okay, ist klar.
Another printer?
Das ist ja toll.
Ja.
Ist klar. Tschüss.
On another computer?
Yeah. Maybe you can just leave it.
Look, alert. Due to technical circumstances, we lost the live stream.
Don't say we lost, just don't explain, just say,
But like, why they will think
just okay.
alert?
Yeah, no, okay, let me see.
Da? Nee.
So, geht wieder was.
Das ist auch krank.
Ich habe das so alt.
Where is this?
Aber halt auch da. Guck mal, ich habe nichts gewählt, aber.
Okay, what's that? So you can sense it. Why? Put all circumstances is necessary to clean. Don't say that we lost, just something stupid.
So geht es mal.
Due to some technical
It is necessary that you clean
Lass mal der andere so Schluck Luft rein.
Ja.
Yeah. That's it. It's working. From here, it's working fine. It's fine. Please don't remove the.
No, yes, it's already. Is it?
You just try to click from the old presentation. Just go on all. There was no.
Wait. Yeah.
Was the half open?
What?
Yeah, half open. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's hope internet will.
This is
This is terrible. You need real reliable connection. I hope they will check the. Yeah, they are not that dumb that they will don't check. Hmm?
I put the same text in one time.
Yeah.
But you put it because you are the same avatar. I was looking for it.
Have you seen the new presentation?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play my computer and stuff.
Wir können sie auch schon mal als Modell gucken. Das ist der Auto, den Sie da gerade gesehen haben.
Something so I will have time to
What?
I will have time to. So they don't provide.
You can eat like 20 minutes.
Sí, me pasa.
Mal was?
So schaust du immer das
Ja, ja, aber die können ja immer ein bisschen rumrutschen, oder?
So, schon besser wie was ich irgendwelche Lecker bekommen habe, das Fenster offen ist. Ja, so viel jetzt das ist ja bei diese Impfungen, glaube ich. Das kommt ja gar nicht aus dem Teil raus. Oder mir oder etwas.
For the presentation.
I guess we would have to switch.
Try the whole and at the time of presentation is
Yeah, but we switched up.
even if there is a kind of silence between the two.
Yeah, and I guess they will chat.
Just need some like there because so you have some possibilities to sit. Yeah, maybe you know all maybe you might whatever else maybe so that maybe you can put it in one so that nobody over it. I mean, you put it you can see, yeah, you can sit down. Jan, is this dein Rucksack? Is it yours?
This is my.
Can you
Yeah.
just make it very, very small and tiny and not use 4 chairs?
No. Like it's
now it's time for starting it. The thing, okay?
Yeah, sure. And by the way, we lost the link, but I have put in the comment section that
Yeah.
due to some technical circumstances, we have changed the link. Please click on this.
Hi Sini,
Hi.
brauchst du noch die Robex-Diagonale? Soll ich die hier?
Die kannst du so weg. And just
Yeah.
look that there are that it's possible that there are people sitting.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I will.
Make you as small as possible. Mir fällt gerade noch was anderes auf. Jens, wir müssen das Modell einmal abdecken. Hier draußen vor der Tür. Fotografieren oder so. Nochmal Flasche.
Flasche?
Ja, machen wir ordentlich.
Ordentlich.
Ja, wir machen das in die Internet-Ecke. Da wo Jay sitzt.
Yeah. You can take it as you can give it to Nisha.
Do you need something?
No, like at the moment, no.
Okay.
But like it's
Ich lasse die mal im Block, weil eigentlich soll man sich da ein bisschen bewegen können. Und hier mal hier frei, weil das ist die Orientierung. Packen weg. Zusammen in den Haus. Könnt ihr das gleich alles mit reinnehmen. Einfach mal.
nice.
Hallo. Hi.
Ja, das dauert Zeit.
Zum Schlagen. Ich habe die Familie mitgebracht und brauchen. Und also für die beteiligten Institutionen würden in der Form der Studie Well, das ist Standard, das ist nur, das ist ja. Und die hat ja über eine Leute. Hier ist richtig.
Hello. Hello.
Ja, da ist einer noch. Ja. Also, Martina, gib es noch 4 Karten. Zwei Stück.
Vorsichtig, dass wir hier nicht die Installation verrichten. Okay? Ja.
Jetzt weiß ich auch, warum ich das zu Hause nicht Livestream oder so angucken sollte.
Is it running?
Yeah, it's running, but the face are not due to lights. We don't able to see
Yes.
face. It's going live.
Okay. Tine, ist du da?
Tini, kannst du mal kommen?
Yes.
Ja. Hat er gleich noch irgendwelche kleinen Herausforderungen?
Der sagt nämlich komische Sachen.
Die man ja.
Irgendwas mit System.
Okay, also.
Für die man auch aufgucken, so grafische Prozesse. Bei jungen Leuten funktioniert das doch mal.
Ja, das sind die
Müssen wir so
Irrwege des Lebens. Genau, das ist, wenn man.
Nicht zu Hause Hilfe braucht, war ich immer mal. Sofort da.
Ja.
Oder mach doch mal 2 Witze.
Good, okay. So, first of all, thank you very much for everybody for coming and joining. We apologize the size of the room, but tomorrow the Hochschultage begin, the presentation of the Hochschule für Künste, and basically every room in the building is booked. So we couldn't expand into any bigger room. This is our project room. And what you see here is a little example test we do for the exhibition. You will see in the model later. This funny curtain divider is an element of the exhibition which will divide the Haus der Wissenschaften into space and deep sea. So this sculpture, this spatial sculpture is a piece and a part of it. And it's used as a projection screen from both sides. In the end, there will be another projection from this side. So on one side, you can see space from above and on deep sea from below.
And in between, we will show you later how the exhibition and exhibits are presented. So my idea of the VIP group underneath the roof, participants, institutions, scientists, AVI, MAVUM, DFKI, GEOMA, and all these representatives are sitting here. And behind all the students, AVI, I mentioned. I'm sure, I mentioned. But Avi should be mentioned twice. All the students, not all of them, some of them are busy setting up other presentations, who developed what we will show now. Now, today, this group will split up in the students who still will work on it, which is a smaller group. And for the others, the semester ends and they will disappear into the world. It's a very international group from Brazil and Pakistan and India and Japan and China, and it was really fascinating how much interest this project gained from all the students. So we have a fantastic team, and I hope you will enjoy the output. And Fabian is our moderator. He will put all the elements together into one concept. He will guide us through the presentation. And many more I won't introduce now. Fabian, go ahead.
So I will just give you a quick overview. We will show you in our presentation. So we start with the social media and public relations part, which is presented by Maria and Susanna. When we have a school project, which is presented by Mitya, we will show you our visual language for the exhibition and the whole visual language concept. After that, we go into the exhibition room and give you a little tour through our model. So basically, we just go from the outside, from public relations, how to get people into our exhibition, inside of the exhibition room. And yeah, now I would like to give some word to Susanna and Maria.
Okay, hi, I'm Susanna. And this is like the first question and how we presented everything that we created. It's around this question: Are you willing to be the next explorer? Or you can read it in German by yourselves. But this is the main idea. And the story we created was that Robin is trying to acquire good researchers. And for that, Robex is trying to test them to see who of them are really good. But the questions that Robex were doing were too hard. So Robex allowed to let the robots to help the students. So the robots will be around the city, leaving clues and hints to the student so they can resolve the whole riddle. When the riddle is completed, the students will win a prize if they succeed. This is going to be the robots that are going to help us, and the students is Oscar, Twamper, and Robert, but you very well know them. We give personalities to all of them to make them more interesting to the kids and to the students. Oscar is going to be the creative one, and he will be given pictures as clues for the students. He'll be taking pictures around the city because he likes to make things more artistic. Trumper is going to be the logical one, so he'll be sending clues in like measuring the surrounding, like how is the sand or the environment, and that's the clues that he will be giving. Robert will be the curious one, and will explore the city with different kinds, like everything that he can do to explore the curiosity, he will use it. The game has five main things. One is the students will have to find a location. In this location will be a QR code. The QR code, once it's scanned with their cell phones, they will see a question, and they have to think the answer of this question. When they answer the question, they have a code number. And when they collect these code numbers, they will win a prize. The clues will be hidden around the city in four points. One will be Park, other one will be in the theater, in Neustadt, and in city center. Around these places, the clues will be hidden, and the students will have to find them. One example of how the game is going to be done is this. This is in Park. And we have inside, in the Park, we have 4 locations. In each location will be a QR code. For example, in the first location, all the robots will send clues through Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, and the students will have to be paying attention to what the robots are saying to find out where the clue is. And when they kind of know where it is, they have to go there and they have to solve the question. It is presented with the QR code. They have to find the 4 of every location. The first one, we can see that I don't know when, it should be R1, R2, and R3 in the top. And the AD, this is when it will be for advertisement. That is going to be the first clue. When they have flyers and they will see them, and they will see the flyers and see, oh, this is what is going on, and they will have the first clue. And then they have to find the others also, and all the clues all the hints will be pointed to the point they have to resolve. There will be 2 prizes. The first prize will be 2 VIP for the person who can solve the 18 questions. We're still trying to see what kind of prizes would be. And the prize number 2, they will have 1 of 4 mindstorms. So there will be 6 prizes in total. 4 for the mindstorms and 2 for the VIP prizes. How they will do this, how they will win, they will have to get the first QR code through the advertisement that I already told you. This will, when they scan the QR code, they will send it to a website when they have to sign up their name. That's the way they subscribe to the game. They will follow the social media that we have so they can know the clues. And they will go to the location for the next clue to find the next QR code. And this for every clue. This is one example. The Robex Alliance in Facebook, for example, will say, look at the picture we got from Asgard. That's the picture he sent. And they will say, for example, overlooking the meadow and watered by 8 pillars. So they have to think, oh, where is it? They will not see the complete picture, of course, but only this or only the text. And this is how they will discover and have to go to the places to continue with the next clues. Now I'm gonna let Maria explain you the next.
Hi, I'm Maria. So, as we see, our campaign, our game, is based on social media. But how are we going to work on that? We've tried to design here in a very simple way how all these tweets and images will work with the students. So basically, we'll have the Robex landing page, which will have a secondary landing page from Robex, where people will go there. And they will have up-to-date information. They will have all the information from robots, all the social media interactions, and also they sign up for the game there, and they have to fulfill things there. And also on the whole social media, not only the Robex channels we're going to work, but also our partners, or our potential partners. And each social media will have an aspect that we're going to work. We're going to explore all the aspects from these robots. So they have cameras, they have GPS, they send messages, they send information, they have send measurements. All these information will be clustered on the social media. So through this Twitter, we're going to have messages. So they are going to tweet and they'll tell what they're seeing, what they're researching, what they have found. On Instagram, we're going to work with images and small videos. You can make really short videos that are going to be very interesting. You just see a little part of the robot, but it's seeing on the point of view of Robex, of the robot. You don't have a point of view of yours, so it's very interesting. It's discovering a new way of seeing the city. Also on Vine and YouTube, we're going to also work with these videos. On Facebook, we're going to have the general information. All the information is combined because everything, all the social media channels that we have, they are actually integrated on Facebook. So there, as well as on our website, they will have all these information. And we're gonna, with that, we're gonna build up some audience for Robex. And in SoundCloud, we're gonna work with sounds. Everybody knows how interesting was the sound when they sent from the comment. So we're going to work with that. So the robots will send small sounds there in filter. They listen to a song somewhere and they send to them. And they will post on there and say, hey, Asgard is listening to this. Do you have any idea where it is? And people will think, oh yeah, I know. There's this place in filter that always plays the sound on Fridays. I have to go there. So we're going to work with all these interesting aspects of each social media and each robot to make people go around and discover everything and be an explorer with your robots. And also on Foursquare and Swarm, they can check in. So you'll see their locations, which will work with the GPS aspect of the robots. So, which channels are we going to use? Basically, we're going to use Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Instagram. And we researched that Robex only have Facebook so far. So we want to make newer social media channels. And we want to build up this audience and create this relationship with the target public. And we also researched some partners and potential partners. They have this really interesting audience on their social media that will really help us to make this game happen and create the awareness for Robex and for the exhibition. For instance, Helmholtz, Wilhelmstadt, DLR, and EFA. They all have very, very big numbers on their social media, especially the two last ones. And if we can have them working with us, tweeting and talking about us and sharing this experience and some news, we're going to really get some audience and some attention from everybody. And we also have some other partners that we can work with that we haven't researched yet, but probably you also have some in your mind right now. And also, if the robots can talk somehow with those partners, we'll show how science is all integrated and how we can work with that and make it bigger. And not only from social media our campaign will be based, we have all this media coverage. We've distributed this and paid, earned social and own it. So we're going to work with our own channels, with our partners, with our social media content, also with advertising and our unpaid media. We got some really nice partners that will allow us to promote our game and promote our campaign and the exhibition on them, sometimes for free. For instance, we can make the awareness and the campaign on Clement.de, on Clement 11 app, and they are very updated, so it's very nice and people really go after them to see for news. We can try to print campaign of Science of City. We will be on Radio Bremen, both radio and TV, and we will work with all the partners we can and all the medias we can reach. And why will so many people participate in the game? Well, people love game and prizes. And we have this mechanics like points and competition, dynamic and social media interaction that will make them very motivated and will make them interested on participating on robots and all of this. Also because of the Seed of Science environment that we're going to have this year, they will be very much open for this kind of subject. And what is the return on investment for Robex from this game and our campaign? Well, we're going to making these people find clues and solve those riddles and make them feel like discoverers. They will feel closer to Robex. They will realize that they also want to be scientists, and there is a small scientist inside of each one of us, especially inside students. They're still on the moment of discoverment of that. We will build the social media audience. We will increase this audience for Robex, and we will make much more awareness of the brand and of the work of the company. And also, we will build this relationship with the target group, which will lead to many other things in the future. And why are people motivated to see the exhibition through our payment campaign? We will encourage their curiosity. They will get in touch with this content and they will feel like they have to go there. By giving the small parts of information, they will know more and more, and they will feel a part of the exhibition themselves. So they will want to see the whole result. And after that, they will go to exhibition because the last clue is there, and they have to go there to win the prize. And finally, they will meet the helpers, the robots in the exhibition. And our next steps now on the campaign is to make contact with these potential partners so we can use their social media channels. And also provide interesting questions about the robots environment, about Robex for the game, so we can make this game really something very important and very constructive for Robex as well. And also keep active the social media channels.
Thank you. You may have wondered why we spend so much attention onto social media communication. First of all, the briefing for this project says an important target group are students in the last 2 or 3 years at the gymnasium before they decide what to study. And this target group uses social media more than any other. So this is a direct way to get their attention for the project. And the second reason is Haus der Wissenschaft makes one fantastic exhibition after the other. Just 2 days ago, another one opened. So we are sure that this will also be a very interesting exhibition, but where can we improve? And I think we can improve in the communication around the exhibition. Beforehand, creating attention, getting awareness in the media and in the social media. That's why we spend so much time and energy in thinking all this surrounding activities. The exhibition will be the exhibition, but what can we do more? So this is where we learn a lot, especially for a younger target group, how we can reach them.
May I make one comment? I think if you only address the school kids 2 years before they are getting their Abitur, is too late. So I think much earlier they decide whether they want to, whether they're interested in natural sciences. So if you want to get people or get a larger percentage of really good students, I think then you maybe have to start when they are 10 or 12 years old and get them interested, and not when they are 15 or 16. Mm-hmm. I think Sekundarstufe is too late. Then they already have taken the decision, and all the Leistungskurse, physics and chemistry gave up this. I think this is just a comment. Mm-hmm. Think about it. How also could you make kids in the age of, let's say, 8 to 12 more interested? And I think they are, if you influence them and show them how interesting it is in the later job, maybe they decide then to take more care of mathematics, physics, or chemistry. Mm-hmm.
Well, something to be considered when we talk about the Mindstorm program. This can be targeted at different age groups, and I think the teachers and the schools will be the partners to discuss what is the exact age we should target.
That's also what I considered in my project.
One question that's going to run in parallel to the exhibition all the time.
Before, we start sooner. Before the exhibition opens, we start in March. To work with students, also to create curiosity for the exhibition beforehand. Then
it's in my presentation.
Okay. So I'm sorry.
Answer the questions. And give him a bit more space, so we won't complain anymore right now. So, thank you. So, hello, I'm Nitya, and I developed kind of the idea for the school project. As you already mentioned, it's true, pupils should be contacted mostly before this age. But because pupils gonna choose what they will study during their last years after gymnasium, we also have to address this pupils to remind them of their curiosity, not only to create it but also to remind them. So the goals of the project are to give them insight into the Robex world, to let them gain knowledge about Robex itself, let them make experiences on the object, like there is this Robex project, and find the difficulties in this work at Robex, for example, and conquer them. And at least to discover their own curiosity or rediscover it. Yes. The structure is starting, the project already starts in the 10th calendar week. This is in the beginning of March, because later on the pupils, when short before the exhibition starts, there are the Easter holidays and pupils mostly are not there. So we have to start with them a bit earlier and get them hooked up on the topic. They should do research themselves on the topic and present it to each other in a class. Then have a crash course in Lego Mindstorms so that they can later on work more easily with the robots. And after the Easter holidays, they should join the PR game so that they will be able later on to share over social media their experiences. And then is the start of the Lego Mindstorms mission. There should be also a visit to the exhibition, and you should have a meetup with Robex scientists to also get knowledge, how can I enter into this career, get a bit more insight. Then there should be a robots test run with the Lego Mindstorm robots. And finally an event where they can show their results, like what they learned, what they discovered, and have a final conclusion. Yes, this is, for example, one of the models they can work with. And I decided on the Lego Mindstorms space mission project because it gives them, I will just read this to you. It's from the Lego homepage itself. Designed as an engaging and easy way to introduce students to robotics, students will work with a very current and real-world team, traveling to and living on Mars. With a new EV3 space talent set and activity pack, students work as scientists and engineers as they progress through missions and projects that put their creativity, problem-solving skills to the test. That's like the core of this project. The project gives a low-level way to introduce pupils to robotics, like how robots think, what you need to teach them or program them. It is developed especially for schools. It comes with a complete multimedia environment which enables them to document what they do and also to present it later on to each other. Yes, that's featured in results. It is divided into 7 challenge missions, has 9 learning missions, 1 learning to be a project, and 3 research projects. And those 3 research projects were developed together with space experts that address fundamental challenges of today. So it's really nowadays topics.
Everything is finally ready. There is nothing left to do except send the crew to Mars. You will be the one responsible for sending the rocket on its way and initiating the launch. We are so proud of all your accomplishments. Safe travels.
So right now you heard a lot about public relations, how to get people into our exhibition. Now I will introduce you the visual language of the Robex exhibition. Values like unexpected adventure awaits, unique experiences and discoveries should be transferred to the visitor before they are going into our exhibition. To show these values, we use elements like the diagonal, reduced colors, scientific imagery, and large and bold typography to communicate important information, structure our exhibition room, and lead the visitor through our exhibition. We decided to choose a diagonal as the main element for our exhibition. The diagonal acts as a metaphor, which is unifying deep sea and outer space, and also acts as a dividing and connecting element. All of our visual language is based around this diagonal, like type, graphics, print, web, and social media. And as you can see in our model, we already built a little example of how the diagonal could look like. And to make it more clear or easy, we created a little model. So we have two parts, deep sea and space. So this is room, and we divided the room like this. So we have the deep sea part at the bottom and the space on the top. How all this looks in the exhibition will be presented later, so I think I'll leave it like that. We are going to use primary colors like black and white, and beside this color we use the accent color, which is called Pantheone Reflex Blue, which is a vibrant color and is related to our two worlds, deep sea and space. It looks like this. This will be like accenting certain parts in the exhibition, in graphics, in videos, etc. Then we have scientific images, which should express personal or scientific relevance, generate general information, make the viewer curious about the images, and let them dive into new worlds. We want to use these scientific images, for example, for renderings or projections or videos, as you can see here. And on the opposite, we have mood images. They reflect feelings like adventurous, emotive, and inspirational, and are rasterized. So we get so we have a division between the scientific images and the mood images. Then we have large and bold typography. We are going to introduce a basic set of typography, which is which are Galaxy Copernicus and Galaxy Polaris. They structure the exhibition and our different media like posters, flyers, and social media. They create a visual consistency for familiarity and are easily recognizable. On the left you see Galaxy Copernicus, which will act as our headline font. And on the right is Galaxy Polaris, which is for written text. So the one on the left will always be in big, bold letters, and the one on the right will be in written text, like the smaller fonts. And now, I guess you're all curious about how our exhibition will look in the Haus der Wissenschaft. So we are going to take you on a small tour through our exhibition, which Roland is preparing right now, and you can all have a look on this monitor right here. And now we are starting the small tour through Haus der Wissenschaft. Okay.
You talk,
Yeah.
and I do the camera.
By entering the Haus-der-Wissenschaft, we first get general informed about the exhibition itself, the Robex community, about space, and the deep sea. Here you can see like the pictures and text that we talked about. Then we turn to the right and are starting to go into the main exhibition room.
Through this door. This is what you see.
So here you can see the diagonal again. So this will be basically, this is a small example, and we make it to the whole exhibition room. It is tilted by this giant diagonal, which represents the Robex community. This diagonal acts as the main connective joining element. Every exhibit in our exhibition of Robex is integrated into this diagonal, including texts, movies, and pictures. We are touching the world they belong to, the deep sea on the bottom, like the world showed you, deep sea on the bottom, and space on the top. Or sometimes we're even between both of these worlds. The walls around our diagonal will be used for information about Robex skills and topics and moved pictures of both worlds. The diagonal itself will be used as a large projection zone. On the top side, you can see space moved projections, including text, film, rendering, and picture footage, to describe every single exhibit. This diagonal is fastened by several telescope pillars, and all the exhibits will be hanging on the construction or are standing on platforms, all following the principle of the diagonal. So the ones in deep sea start at the bottom and more heads go to the top. And as you enter the room, the first object you see is the rover and his markers. Which is going at the ground
Here are the markers.
Yes, the navigation markers. Then we go right, and we see Asgard. If we follow the diagonal to the space level, we see the demo mission of space on a little monitor, which comes, all monitors are coming out of the diagonal, so they are not flat on the surface, but like sticking out of like this. After the demo mission comes the transendator, which is
Auf der, wo wir jetzt ankommen.
Da ist es. Es ist wie eine echte Mission.
Ja.
Ist auch mal ein Signal ab.
Genau.
Das T ist hier. Den haben, da sind Sie uns einen Schritt voraus. Sie haben gesehen, wir noch nicht.
Yeah, this is it. So the translator is constructed by Lexington Moment. And we don't know the construction yet, so we just place the T on the floor.
Okay.
Okay. On the opposite of the translator are the control centers for deep sea and space, also on monitors which are sticking out of the diagonal. Then If we follow the diagonal on the right side, we see the trend.
Wir haben nicht damit gerechnet, dass es so voll ist. Sie kommen an das andere Ende vom Modell nicht ran.
Okay. Willst du noch probieren?
Nee, machen wir weiter. Ich glaube, das kann man sich vorstellen.
Then after the trend, we see the mean habitat. Maybe you can. The mean habitat is hanging over the diagonal, and you have this little hole right here to see from to look from underneath the diagonal into these mean habitat. There's also underneath the diagonal are also monitors for the demo vision for deep sea, which are right here. And there's also the glider hanging underneath the diagonal.
Wir können es nicht machen. Wenn Sie es probieren möchten. Genau.
After our presentation,
das gelbe Modell.
Go around and look into our model to see things more clearly.
Da hängt er.
And before you exit our main exhibition, you see and natural samples.
Ist okay. Fahren wir weiter, weil das dauert noch. Danke.
So these are right now all the objects we have positioned in the main exhibition room. If we, after leaving the main exhibition room, we enter the corridor again, and you will find Philea standing on a little moon asteroid platform, comet. And also you will find information about all the partners of the community and the disciplines which are presented by Robex. On the opposite,
these are the
partners.
Yeah.
On the opposite are interviews and biographies of scientists as a motivation and encouragement for young people to study in the MINT fields. And also get all the students we already talked about to get more interested in science in general. Then, if you follow the corridor to the exit, your expedition ends by passing a star wall made out of LED lights on the one side, and on the opposite are projections of deep sea and space, which give a glimpse of the vastness of the unexplored world surrounding us. And this is our little tour through our exhibition. So here's the exit door. You see the general information again.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what we have planned, which are for the main exhibition rooms. You can see in this room right now, we have some examples of how the room or the diagonal would look like. And now I would like to give the word back to Ronald.
Yes, thanks. Thanks a lot. Well, I think you have seen the Zutaten, the ingredients of the exhibition. Of course, from our point of view, it will be really interesting to weave the room sculpture with the objects, so that we have, wherever we need a surface for graphics or for text or for images or for media, we can build the right surface out of the diagonal sculpture in the room. So the detailed work will happen in the next step. So the planning basically for the construction. And we will use a couple of projectors like here to project onto the sculpture from both sides and integrate all the software into these projections. I think that we have a use of the room which is very easy to access for the people who can walk around that main thing, the main sculpture. There's a lot of space, and you have the attractive exhibits like the crawler here in the center, and the more detailed information for the visitors who want to go deeper into every theme around the walls. So it is attractive in the center and informative on the outside, and you don't have to read too much text, but you can if you want. And the texts are all, thanks to Retro Concepto, the text is all available already. We have the textbook with all the content we need to communicate, and we have also now time in the next month to adjust that every text is sort of having the right message, the right information, the right amount, which is always an important thing to have, not over information, but also not under informed in terms of, oh, it looks great, but I don't understand why. So, so far I think we have now reached the concept level. Everything is planned, and we can go if you agree, and if you, and we are interested in your feedback, and we can integrate your feedback in the detailed planning process. Thank you.
I find it fascinating. I have just one comment. There was a remark that it's science relevance, and I think what addresses more, this is science driven. So we are not paid with millions of euro to play with robots. I think we want to use these instruments for science questions, for instance, for undiscovered deep sea, like gas hydrate, coral reefs, and so on. I'm not, maybe it's addressed, but I think it should be addressed that this is a science-driven project, and so that we develop it, not just to have this and play with it. With robots, they are fascinating by themselves, but they are used for science. Maybe this is then in the videos also, but I think maybe we should have addressed some of the key questions we also have in work package 1000 described as very easy. But I think
I would also like to add something to that, because I had similar ideas when I was watching the presentation. In particular, if you want to attract people, you have to explain to them this is now a perfect world that we see here, or where are the open questions? So what are the challenges in the future? So exactly what you were saying. And maybe even for both parts. So what are the visions, and where are still big unknowns in this field?
Well, as how this totally new ecosystems on mid-ocean ridges, how they are function. So they are decoupled from the organic matter produced by photosynthesis, and they have a fascinating interaction between bacteria and higher organisms, this kind of thing, so that we really, this is why it's suggestion, I think, to address this more, and this is our daily work we have at AVI or at Geomar. Or,
so my question, why do we do it?
Yes. And not to just to reduce it to develop technology, but to use it, and I think this also young people are very much interested and say, oh, we can combine natural sciences, a better understanding how the world and the ecosystem work, and we need technology so to bridge this a bit more.
Well, in our discussion, of course, there was the question, wherever man went so far, he didn't do really well. And Fortunately, there are protected areas where men couldn't go so far, but now the robots can help even to get there. So is it good that we can go there, or would it be better to leave these areas untouched? This is what we discuss when we talk about this project, because of course, if you look at all the Robex publications, they are very positive. They don't ask the question whether it may be even better not to do one or the other exploration, because then you touch environments which should be protected.
Yeah, the question is whether you should mine gas hydrates because of the danger of releasing methane to the atmosphere and increase the greenhouse effect or so. But yeah, I just wanted to mention more. You can think. I think it has to be just addressed, and I think we have excellent video material to show this. If I see just some of the pictures.
Yes, yes, we look forward to that. We work on that. But the use of media in the exhibition is a fantastic opportunity. And that's also why we built this big screen, so we can integrate videos wherever we want.
But maybe also have to maybe reduce maybe the poster to the partners, have this very short and just maybe 2 or 3 of the posters and not for each partner a poster, and then maybe have 2 or 3 posters on the really burning scientific questions.
Yes.
Part of it is also covered in the school project, as I mentioned in the beginning. The pupils should do some research, and as the main sources of those information, it should be provided one on the landing page for the exhibition, but they should also do the research on the by Robex and Helmholtz, which have produced core content. So it's not only what you will learn or see in the exhibition, but there should be also already provided content before. So in the end, it's like a whole package, and it will be rounded with the exhibition. So they will also learn about those scientific questions, the reason, and that's also why the word curiosity is so important, because it's not only like, oh, I have a nice toy, but also what can I use it for? What are the questions which are driving me? Why do I want to be an explorer?
We also use this curiosity and distinguish between applied science and curiosity-driven science. So this is always we say we need curiosity-driven science because you don't know in which direction it's going, whether it's worth to do the science also on an applied view. I wanted just to mention to teachers, there's also the Sachkunde in German, this word, and it's in primary school, and I think it's a very important to increase this also natural content of natural science. And the problem is that 90% of the teachers are women, and that we try also in our universities to offer some very easy experiments you can do and get involved in natural sciences. So in general, it's today still so that women are not so easy. I think that for men it's easier to do small experiments in natural science.
When the school project was developed, I thought about that probably the main target pupils taking part should be like a girl around the age of 17, because it's like teenager still, but she also has to think about her future. And those girls are not always involved with techniques, so how can I touch them with this topic?
I can make this example. We started 10 years ago or 15 years ago with a school lab, and until now more than 30,000 school kids attended the school lab, and we started with the Sekundarstufe 2, so at the gymnasium, and now we're at the kindergarten. But because that we found out, and it's general knowledge that it's too old, and that you have to start in the kindergarten.
Also to explain why we did this room like this, is not mainly for the presentation today, but for the Hochschultage, we have about 8,000 visitors coming here, and we want to use this room as an advertisement for the exhibition beginning in April. So we get direct contact to quite a few people who will be.
This was the weekend, no?
Yes, this from Saturday on. We leave the room as it is. We will improve the projections, and there are flyers people can pick up, and we have a list where people can leave their email address if they want to get further information on the exhibition. So we use it as part of the pre-communication concept.
Maybe a more practical question, but also linked to, let's say, giving more information if there are questions. What is the plan during the exhibition? Will there be people in certain slots to take care of people, to discuss, to answer questions, or will there be, let's say, contact addresses for people wants to know a bit more in detail what's behind, what's the planning there?
Well, in terms of the target of the whole project, to motivate, to make people curious and motivate them for this field of science, we think the most convincing thing is talking to scientists directly.
Yeah.
To talk to the people, to see their emotions, to see their dedication.
Absolutely.
So we would suggest to use the exhibition during the time to have lectures, guided tours, the workshops from the schools can come to the exhibition. There will be a Robex conference at that time, the evaluation conference, right? So as much, of course, it's easy for us to say we make the programs every day something happens, but you will be the ones we need to make it. So this will be to be discussed.
No, I was curious to learn.
Yeah, but the event program is as important as the exhibition itself.
Will you have a part where you explain why those two different things are together in this exhibition or in the program in general? Coming from the motivation saying, I want to go to Moon, I want to go to the deep sea for certain reasons, but why this is now
merged? Yes. Well, the entrance area, which we showed, deals with the Robex motivation. Of course, it is text and graphics, and we know that this is not so easy to perceive. So this sculpture is the Robex sculpture. It is the interface between space and deep sea. So we use it as a storyteller. You know, we can, along this diagonal, we can always talk about details like communication, up and down, or autonomy, autonomous vehicles that travel on a planet or in the ocean, navigation. Every topic which is written around on the walls, modularity, manipulation, mobility, navigation. Each topic is told in both ways, up in space, down under water, and this is basically the Robex core of the project. And we have, space to say it on different levels, to program missions that are handled autonomously. Is the same question, whether it's happening up there, as we just discussed. The only difference is you have to program it 10 years in advance, and if it's down there, you can do it next week.
I think we don't have to be honest. If we will be honest, we have to say that we did it because this was the only way to get the funding. No, the history is that we submitted 2 proposals, one for space and one for deep sea, and then the Helmholtz said we should merge it to one proposal, and then took us half a year to get used to each other, and then found out it's also very interesting.
You should not take the pupils all illusions.
No, we don't have everything. For the spy program, I would mention that we have this science at 11. Science at 11, so at every Saturday 11 o'clock. We have this, haben wir das eingeplant bei Maria, so that we have every Saturday have this presentation and 50 to 100 people are attending. And then my question was, is it, do we get extra student helper to be in the exhibition? Yeah? This is planned. What can we hang on the roof? Yeah, can we hang something on the roof?
I don't know.
Huh?
Also Ruf auf der Hauptverwendung.
Ans Dach, nein, nicht Ruf, ans Dach,
Ja.
nur an die Decke. Können wir da was aufhängen?
Nee,
Das ist eine abgehängte Decke.
ja, das ist eine Rundwalddecke.
Ja, aber da manchmal stand, wir hängen was an die Decke, deshalb meine
Nee, deswegen haben wir die Konstruktion rein.
Ach so.
Also, wir was dran hängen können.
Ja, ich frage nur,
Hier sieht man es, wenn sich hier, das ist unser Traggestell.
okay.
Da hängt alles drin und dran, damit wir nicht an die Decke müssen.
Ja, gut.
So I think what would be great, the discussion we have now, you know, to evaluate the content of the exhibition, that quite soon we should have another meeting without models and architecture and exhibition design, but really go through the content again after we have seen this and decide, do we have the right messages? Is it what we want to say? Is it enough and not too much what we want to say? I think we should have a controlled check of the content of the exhibition quite soon.
I think that's on the four places for the media part, so the social media part, how this is places, how this is still, how this works. So this for me, for the exhibition is relatively clear, but for these parts, I would better need to understand it, how this is going to work. Because I'm not sure the robots are not really going to drive around autonomously in the city. Practically will be very difficult, I suppose. But how is going to be?
The funny thing is that they always have been there already. We only see their traces.
Oh. Cool.
Yes.
That's how you play, and then you have to go and see them, because the rest place where they are.
Yeah, it's a robotic Schnitzeljagd.
So it means you have not to wear a costume to look like a robot.
And to walk like it.
Yes. But if we really want to do it, we can arrange it.
Yeah, if you want, you can.
My one question is sustainability. It's planned to show this exhibition at another place, or how is it with parts or so? How is it then taken apart, or what are the ideas? This, I think, is excellent and a big effort, I think, and what it could be, we should use it.
Yeah. We were thinking about showing the Kanzlerator at some public events. So it's basically not the whole exhibition, only part of it, the module, the capsule. So we will be showing it at the Maritime Woche and Sail in Bremerhaven.
But there's also interest from the Deutsche Museum in München via Professor Lirzinger, the former chief of the Robotic and Mechatronics Center, and he's there in the Deutsche Museum, one of the curator, and he is looking here, this is stream, and yes, he is interested to have it there.
Yes. Well, since the Haus der Wissenschaft space is around 150 square meters, I think, and we have a self-supporting structure, it can be put in any room which has this size or bigger. And 150 is not so big. It's not so big, so I think it's quite easy to find spaces with a similar size.
And for Agentur 2A, I always have the idea that it's too small.
I didn't.
I was joking. We had so many exhibitions with Agentur 2A, and sometimes I have the feeling that they know that I made this remark that the space is not large enough for their ideas.
I suggested we should use the parking deck next to it the next time.
Yeah. And there's also there's an entrance also next door. There's a big garage and also.
Yeah, a lot of options.
Yeah, so think about it.
And yes, there's a question about the idea to have a tent on the place in the city.
Of course, it would be worthwhile to have a satellite of the exhibition in a more crowded area, where there's a lot more traffic. We were talking about it, Mr. Jens Krüger. We had a meeting to find out how we can cooperate with Wirtschaftsförderung Bremen. And there are a couple of bigger events. Maybe you can repeat it because I'm not so familiar.
There will be the Maritime Week, the scientific week in autumn. And I think there will be a big opportunity to show parts of the exhibition. I think it will be might be very interesting to have some kind of teaser at Domshof, for example, to show the way to the exhibition, and perhaps the first opportunity to make some kind of marketing for the exhibition will be the Deductor in Hannover. Will start in the end of February, and we will be there with a presentation for the knowledge worlds. And if you have some information material, it will be fine, because there may be a lot of interest in teachers from other cities in northern Germany. There are some ideas to use it in the beginning and in autumn of this year.
This 19th and 20th of September. And it's organized by city, and we talked about it already.
But perhaps it will be possible to show parts of the exhibition longer than only 2 days. Perhaps we can have some kind of cooperation with the Weser Tower or the GOP.
Yeah, so I think we have the exhibition plus really a lot of possibilities for good public relation around the exhibition. I haven't seen a project like this with so many opportunities.
We should use the time also to clarify the Mindstorm questions I have, because you see we need to order them.
Yes, but we can do that. I think if the main questions have been asked, I would say thank you very much at this point, and we can spend time in smaller groups. And thank you very much for all the work you put into this project. Yeah. Fantastic. Norris, machst den Ton wieder an? Gut. Sehr
Who's our boss?
Just die Idee ist, 21 Ebene in den Raum zu legen, klassischen Kurs, klares Motiv zu schaffen und der das festmachen kann. Und dann sonst in dem Raum einfach nichts machen. Das kannst du einfach. Ich glaube, das ist ein Bild, das ich genau weiß. Schnell nach der Freiheit in der Hochschulfrage als Ankündigung erstmal würde ich gerne kochen, zweitens mal machen wir das Welt.